Hey guys, I'm April from Giggle Glitter Graphics, and welcome to part 3 of Written in Ink. This is a free 8-part journal making series that tells the story of a writer who is experiencing a serious case of writer's block and has a deadline approaching. Their mentor reaches out with a little assistance, and that is when the magic happens. This is a free project series that is going out to my email list, so each Friday I'll be sending a new part of the story and guiding you through building the interactive journal pages. If you're not on the email list and would like to join us, then just use the link in the description down below to sign up and get this project sent to you immediately. So let's go over some of the supplies that you'll need for part 3 of Written in Ink. Things are super simple today. I'll be using Beacon Fabri-Tac as my liquid glue. You can also use a glue stick for certain parts of this. I recommend the Uhu glue stick. You'll need scissors to cut everything out. And as an extra option, I'm using vintage photo distressing on the edge of all of my pieces except for this one and this one. These two pieces we're going to tear the edges on, so you might want to wait and ink those later. I print on 110-pound cardstock and 32-pound paper. All of the pages I provide for you are marked with which one of those you should print on, and if something needs to be printed on the reverse side. For this week's set, you have 3 pages, 2 of them are on cardstock, and the other one is printed on paper. The page with this journal note in it is going to have the backer paper that I've provided printed on the reverse side. So let's go ahead and get started on today's page. I'm going to bring my journal over and we're going to flip to the next blank page. And that's this right-hand side one here. And let's go ahead and add a pocket to this page. So the book panel printed on cardstock is going to be our pocket. And we're going to glue 3 sides of this, the left, right, and bottom. So I'm going to use my liquid glue and put a thin line of glue right along those edges. And I'm going to leave a little space between the bottom edge of the pocket and the bottom of the page. And then try to center it up. We don't want to press all the way into this crease, so you might find yourself going all the way to the edge, and that's fine. Next, we're going to use this little tab piece. This is going to be a tuck spot at the top of our pocket, so it's going to attach right in the center and aligned with the top of the pocket. We're going to put a line of glue just at the top. I'm going to show this to you. It is maybe a 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm not sure if you can see exactly where I've placed that glue. It's a little bit shiny, but we just want to run it right across the top here so that we can push things up under this and use it as a bit of a paper clip. We're going to place that right in the center and aligned with the top of the pocket. Make sure you don't have any glue oozing out here that might glue your pocket shut. Next, I'm going to grab the wood planks as well as this little descriptive text, and this is where we get to have some fun tearing the paper. So I'm going to grab the wood planks and I'm going to make an interesting shape today. You can tear yours however you like. I'm going to just kind of create this sort of a shape, and I think I'm going to leave the top and the right sides flat instead of tearing those. So we have kind of this torn corner piece. And I'm going to grab my distress ink on that and see if I can accent these edges a little bit. Against this light background there. I like how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in place. You can use your glue stick if you like, if you want to glue it all the way down. And if you like a little bit of a fluttery edge, you might like to use your liquid glue and just do a scribble like I did. And then let's position that on the page and line it up with the top and right and smooth that down. We have our descriptive text. I'm going to give this a little tear as well. You could use it as just a rectangular label if you like that aesthetic better. I'm going to just tear all around this to make it interesting. I'm going to get my ink again and go around the edges of that. And of course, the ink is an optional step. You don't have to use that if you don't want to. And I'm going to glue that on right here. Now this is a great place if you want to add your own details. You could layer something else underneath of this first, right about here, and get a little collage work in. I'm going to grab this little strip. This is a piece of tape that we're using today, and you can do 1 or 2 pieces of this. I'm just going to tear the very end off. And I think 2 pieces might be fun to do. I've been really into these tape strips lately. So if you're tired of them, I apologize, but let's make that one a little shorter. Do something like that. I like that. You can ink the torn ends if you want. But this adds a little bit of texture, and it also brings that warm brown and gold up higher on the page. Now I'm going to slide this up out of the way, and let's work on our ephemera pieces. We have the journal entry, and this one you're going to fold in half upward. You have that print on the back side. You can use your thumbnail or the back of your scissors if you don't have a bone folder, just to make these creases. We have a panel that shows a transformation from one room to another. We're going to fold that right in half and then use the glue of your choice. Your glue stick will probably work just a little better for this application. I'm going to stick with my liquid glue and just do a quick scribble here. Now we have a double-sided card, and I'm going to put this side up because this is what we start with, and then this is what it turns into. Another card folded in half with our desk and tea. Same thing, fold it and then glue them back to back. And then one more time, this tall bookmark piece. And we're going to do the same thing, fold that in half and then glue. And there we have that. And then we just have a fussy cut of our cider mug. I'm going to come back to our page, and our pocket gets filled up. I'm going to keep things flipped to the way the room starts out. And then after you read the journal entry, you can flip them over to show the change in the writer's study. We've got our little cup of cider. And then under this tuck, we've got our journal entry. I'm going to slide that up under here. And if this has gotten too jammed up or too tight, you can always grab your scissors and loosen this up just a little bit. If you feel like it's hanging down, this journal entry is kind of sitting too low on the pocket, open that up just a little bit so that you have a visually pleasing positioning once you tuck that in. And then we have our last card that's going to tuck in on top of that. And that is it for part 3 of Written in Ink. I hope that you are continuing to enjoy this series, and I'm excited to share the 4th installment of this with you next week.